This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Otago Museum has a new dinosaur ambassador who at just 10 years of age could hardly be called a fossil. The annual Gippsland Valley Music Festival was well attended at the weekend, with a host of Kiwi music on display. Happy dogs and their owners made tracks to the second biannual Oamaru Dog Expo over the weekend. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Daryl Baser. Otago Museum's new dinosaur ambassador is giving the museum team a run for their money. Macklin Devlin is only 10 years old and is already a font of all knowledge about dinosaurs.
The Otago Museum's Dinosaur Revolution exhibition would not be complete without their own dino ambassador. Enter Macklin Devlin, part of the museum's Explorers Club, to tell people all they need to know about dinosaurs. Macklin's passion for the great reptiles comes through when you ask him about his favourite, the T-Rex.
Well, actually, it's not the biggest carnivore. There are 3 other species that are much bigger than it. But actually, it's got a bigger bite force, which makes it the big king of the land lizards.
Macklin has done several radio interviews and a public talk for kids in his role at the museum.
The Dinosaur Ambassador is, I suppose, the public face for the museum, and maybe a little bit more relatable to kids, to have a child as the ambassador. Macklin's particularly enthusiastic about it. I mean, you saw maybe in some of the interviews, you can ask some questions and that's it, he's off.
Macklin has become one of the most knowledgeable about dinosaurs in the building.
From new science facts that they've learned that T-Rex can swim, so it might actually just be able to hunt down and kill a sea creature like plesiosaur or even a mosasaur.
Macklin's father says his son has been doing a lot of research into the creatures that became extinct 65 million years ago.
When he's got his own quiet spare time, he's off reading about dinosaurs. He's also around natural history. A lot of the books that we've bought him, he absolutely just eats them up.
Macklin says the job is a cool experience and enjoys his newfound fame. Next on the agenda for Macklin is to see the Dinosaurs of Antarctica 3D Planetarium show. In Dunedin, The South Today.
When Dunedin's Green Island landfill reaches capacity in 10 years' time, the area could be turned into a solar farm. The Dunedin City Council has revealed in its draft 10-year budget a proposal to spend $10 million for a large installation of solar panels at the municipal landfill. The landfill is expected to close within 10 years' time. The solar panels would be linked to the electricity generation system in place at the landfill at the wastewater treatment plant. The electricity produced at the solar farm would top up that produced by the destruction of landfill gases, a system which has been in place for the last 10 years. The gas wells are set to continue operating long after the closure of the landfill. Despite an absence of overseas acts halving ticket sales, this year's Gippsland Valley Winery Summer Concert is being hailed a success. Organisers say they were pleased to put on a show which attracted more than 10,000 people when similar events across the world are being cancelled due to COVID-19.
New Zealand singer Jordan Luck performs the exponent song Why Does Love Do This To Me in front of a crowd of over 10,000 people at this year's Gippsland Valley Winery Summer Concert near Queenstown. With most of the acts distinctly New Zealand based, ticket sales were almost half compared to last year. But Greenstone Entertainment General Manager Dean Calvert is happy with the turnout.
10,000 people is not, in any other event that would be seen as a huge success. but we're used to that sort of 18,000, so it is a smaller turnout, but at least we're out here having fun, enjoying live music again with friends and family.
Some Australian acts had to be cancelled just 2 weeks before the concert due to an outbreak of COVID-19 across the Tasman. As a result, the other performers on the day included Gin Wigmore, Hello Sailor, Stella and Dragon.
It's great to see people come out. We're the only place in the world that can do this. You know, other events have been cancelled in the last week around the world, but we're here and we're making it happen, so it's fantastic.
Calvert hopes the event, now in its 11th year, will help the Queenstown economy survive in the continued absence of overseas tourists.
We support the local region and community. We've got 240 suppliers that we pay and support, and everyone relies on this sort of thing. I mean, Queenstown more than anyone is probably going through tough times with a drop in tourism, so this is an important thing.
And police were out with a booze bus to make sure everyone got home safely after a day of music and dancing. Near Queenstown, the South today.
Dunedin police are seeking information about a missing teen. Her first name, Hayley, has been released by police. She's 16 and was reported missing from her Kaikorai home on Thursday, January 21st. Police and her family are concerned for her welfare, but believe she's still in the area. Anyone who's seen Hayley or has information about where she might be is asked to be in touch by calling 105 and quoting file number 210-118-0831. Excited tails were wagging at the annual or biannual Oamaru Dog Expo. It's the second time the event has been put on and attracted more than 100 people with their canine masters.
There wasn't an unhappy dog or owner in sight at this year's Oamaru Dog Expo. Now in its second time round, the event attracted over 100 people and their pets to make the most of a costume competition, stalls and an agility course. Winners walked away with a special tag from the council and a free year's registration. Organisers say they're pleased with how the day went, with people obviously enjoying their time with their dogs. The North Otago Dog Training Club used the day as an opportunity to give tips to local owners, demonstrating how best to lead their pooches. The day was co-hosted by the Waitaki District Council, which provided information on responsible dog ownership and local bylaws, as well as where dogs can be exercised. Oamaru's Dog Expo is set to run every second year, with the next event planned for 2023. In Oamaru, the South Today.
And still to come on the South Today, we have another part in our feature series looking at tattooing in the South, and we catch up with cricketer Nathan Smith. See you after the break.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Ah, TV, our favourite babysitter, but it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
No mai anō, welcome back. One of the most popular summer school courses at the University of Otago is drawing to a close, ahead of the academic year's proper start in a fortnight. The Bones course on biological anthropology has inspired many students to further study, with one return to share his knowledge with this year's class. Helping students to possibly follow in his footsteps one day, or follow their own careers in the science of anatomy. Tapeka Tarangi Hakopa says biological anthropology papers at the university inspired him to continue studying in a related field.
I wanted to take this paper because it was something that would allow me to learn aspects of the body, but then also focus on different populations and different backgrounds on how we develop differently between other populations as well.
Professor Sian Halcrow runs the 6-week summer school course as a taster of the discipline during the University of Otago's summer school. She says teaching this program is enjoyable.
Students are really motivated. It's such a condensed, intense course, so they're always very, very motivated, and they tend to love biological anthropology because they can always relate the material to themselves. We're looking at human people from the anthropological context through different means, so they're always really involved, and it's great to get to know them in the lab context as well, think about what their interests are and relate the material to what they're interested in.
There are parts of actual human bodies at the Anatomy Museum, after some people have chosen to donate their bodies to science when they pass. No filming or photography is allowed of actual human remains, out of respect for the whānau of people who've donated body parts to science. Prof Halcrow says receiving bodies for study is an immense taonga, which is well respected and highly valued.
It's a real privilege to work with bodies that are bequeathed to the university, but also in my archaeological profession, we will look at human bodies, human remains from the past, and it's the best way in which we can actually tell something about past human lives is looking at the bodies themselves, so it's a real privilege.
She hopes some of the students dipping their toes into the pool of biological anthropology will stick with the program. Tapeka Tarangi Hakopa didn't choose to stick with it, instead choosing to specialise.
It is relevant, especially within dentistry. It can go on to medicine as well. You learn aspects of the body, and that's something that is important to understand within dentistry as well. Being able to understand the anatomical structures of the head and neck. So it has translated into my studies.
Summer school courses wrap up shortly at the university, giving staff a short break before the academic year begins next month. In Dunedin, the South Today. Statistics show nearly 1 in 5 adult New Zealanders have been tattooed, with more women choosing to have ink applied to their bodies. The Otago Daily Times has spoken with a range of people about their tattoos, and this is part of a 4-part series looking at the art form in the South. Today we're chatting with colourful Dunedin tattoo enthusiast Prudence Jobson. Bubbly and colourful Dunedin-based artist and barista Prudence Jobson is known to many people around central Dunedin's cafe scene, not only for her sparkling personality, but also as her body is a colourful canvas. But why does she do it?
For me, it usually kind of is about when something significant in my life has happened. They're really painful, and It is a way to express who I am, I guess. I tend to get tattoos like for myself, but they're very visible. People ask me about them all the time.
Jobson's had ink applied in New Zealand and Australia, and has a wide array of reasons for decorating her body in this way.
It's really broad. It's really broad. I've got like tattoos that have been drawn by people that I love, or fruit sleeve, fruit and vegetable sleeve for my cafe that I owned. Lots of stuff. I like things that are nourished by the sun, actually, and little cheeky ones that I have. One matching tattoo with a friend.
Whereas some people might pontificate life with a psychologist, Jobson says close bonds can be formed with tattooists during the amount of time it takes to apply ink to the skin.
You spend so much time with the person, so it's really intimate, and it's like verging on like therapy. Everyone goes into it with a different thing, and it's really special. I'm really busy. I don't chill out much, so I feel like when I have to sit in a chair for like 5 hours and get drilled, it's, I don't know, yeah, it's quite therapeutic.
She says she's been intrigued with body decoration for practically all of her life.
But I've been drawing on myself since I could hold a pen, you know, so I was always fascinated with it. And it was like, I guess, I can't pinpoint a particular person, but like pop culture wise, I was definitely attracted to people that had tattoos and wanting to be like, oh, I'm an artist and I want to, that's what I look like, you know.
Jobson says she's noticed an increase in the acceptance of tattoos over the many years she's had people decorating her skin. In Dunedin, the South Today. Dunedin cricket player Nathan Smith got the chance to play in December for New Zealand A, just one level down from the national team, the Black Caps. However, an injury during his last game with New Zealand A put him out of action for the first few games played with his home team, the Otago Volts.
Otago cricket all-rounder Nathan Smith is back in action after suffering an abdominal strain on his last day playing for the New Zealand A team against Pakistan in December. Consequently, he's missed out on playing several games for his local team, the Otago Volts, but was cleared to start playing again from the beginning of last week.
Yeah, so I haven't had any pain for about 2 weeks now, so just been strengthening it up over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's just nice to be able to run in and feel no pain and be able to give it my all for the Volts, yeah.
The 22-year-old Dunedin-born player says he's been enjoying his time with the local team as both a batter and a medium-fast bowler.
It's a nice environment here. Obviously, within the Super Smash, we've got 4 games to go and we probably need to win all 4 of those, but the lads are in high spirits and we actually have that genuine belief, because obviously last year we had quite a bit of success in the Super Smash, so we just got to get rolling. Need a little bit of luck to go our way as well, but hopefully we can do that against Wellington this weekend.
With New Zealand's premier team, the Black Caps, ranked top in the world, that team won't be looking for many new players in the near future. But Smith is hoping to keep on playing with New Zealand A, which is at the next level down, to help develop his skills.
I'm not sure what's coming up on the horizon in terms of A stuff, but obviously, yeah, it's a goal. It's a good bridging gap for that next level as well, because you get quite a few international players playing that kind of cricket, so it's nice to test yourself against the next best, and yeah, hopefully I can get a call up next time as well if something happens.
The Volts lost against the Firebirds in Wellington on Sunday afternoon, significantly reducing their chances of achieving a good final rank in the domestic T20 Super Smash. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, an historic Dunedin venue has been ruled out as a theatre, and we have a look at tomorrow's weather. Best track down the Sombrero, it's going to be hot. See you after the break.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Welcome to Alex Campbell Menswear. Our 3 stores have no shortage of stock. Check these out. We've got the Dunedin print t-shirts. Check out our zillions of short sleeve shirts. These are crackers. They iron themselves in the wash. Iron cheater they're called. And there's some really cool polo shirts. Look at all the bright colours. And of course there's no shortage of shorts. This is always one of our brightest corners. Our long sleeve fashion shirts. Jeans, casual trousers, dress trousers, you name it, we have you covered.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So if you're shopping for your family or yourself, come and see Alex Campbell Menswear stores. We're full of stock.
What have you got? Okay. Chicks World, party time, excellent.
Love it!
Chicks World. Chicks World.
Thanks for staying with us. The historic Dunedin music venue Sammy's isn't going to be renovated into a new theatre for the city. The empty building on Crawford Street was one of 4 options explored for a medium-sized theatre to replace the Fortune Theatre, which closed in 2018. However, the DCC estimates it'll cost nearly $40 million to renovate the venue, saying it's no longer an option. The council says nearly $20 million would be needed to take the building to a shell, with almost another $20 million to fit out its auditorium. So far, the council has spent almost $80,000 on repairs and maintenance to the once great venue. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Otago Museum has a new dinosaur ambassador who at just 10 years of age could hardly be called a fossil. The annual Gibston Valley Music Festival was well attended at the weekend with a host of Kiwi music royalty on display. Happy owners and their dogs made tracks to the second biannual Wamaru Dog Expo over the weekend. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, some of those enjoying the Whānau Fun Day at Marlow Park on Saturday. Looking at the situation, very warm air from the Australian interior blows its way onto the South Island tomorrow. Expect some hot temperatures. Looking at the northwest, expect partially cloudy skies over here with 22 in Greymouth and 21 degrees for Westport. And on the eastern side, plan for a hot day over here with blazing sun and 27 for Nelson and a blistering 31 degrees in Blenheim. Heading down the east coast, clear blue skies for Cantabrians with 27 degrees in Kaikoura, a couple of clouds and 31 degrees in Christchurch, and plan for a hot day in Ashburton with sun and 33 degrees. If you're going out, don't forget to slip, slop, slap. To the southern towns, it's going to be hot down here too. There should be a few clouds with 27 degrees for the Catalans and Balclutha, while Lumsden and Gore are due to be 26 degrees. Over in central Otago, the hot Aussie winds are set to affect towns over here too, with some cloud and 28 degrees for Wanaka and Queenstown. Duck for cover in Alexandra as it's predicted to be 31 degrees, while Te Anau might be the place to be, with over here you're headed for fresh northerlies 23 degrees and potentially some cooling rain later on. In the northern towns, along the coast, Timaru and Oamaru will have high clouds and variable winds. Timaru should reach 33 degrees with 30 for Oamaru. Inland, Twizel and Omarama are expecting fresh northwesterlies with a bit of cloud. Twizel heads for 30 and Omarama should get to 29. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with southerly winds dying out and an overnight low of 14. Sunny at first with high cloud increasing later, a high of 30 degrees and a low of 15. Fine on Wednesday with freshening northwesterlies and increasing high cloud. Rain and colder southwesterlies develop late in the evening, a high of 24 and a low of 13. And in Invercargill, mostly cloudy tonight with fresh westerlies and a low of 14 degrees. Fine tomorrow with high cloud increasing, lowering during the day. The warm northwesterly winds will become stronger and gusty later on. A high of 23 and a low of 15. Periods of rain and strong gusty mild northwesterlies at first on Wednesday, which will ease to showers with a southerly change. Plan for a high of 19 and a low of 10. And that's all from the South Today team for this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a lovely evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.